Hi guys, this is TomekD, and as you can see, this is going to be a differently styled video than what I usually do. Now, when it comes to my interests, besides, I don't know, games or what I usually do on this channel, I also collect coins. And I suppose you have no idea about it, since I have never mentioned that on this channel. Unless you have watched my works on the channel The Coin Dictionary, which I will come to back later. And in this video, I don't know, I would like to share something from my passion with you. And in this case, I'll be talking about why you should definitely be looking under your feet when you're on walks or in the city. And this is the reason. What this is all of the coins, or almost all. There are some I took out from here, and I will come back to them later. Which I found over the last year or so. Now, these coins are the ones that I found abandoned, you know, like under shop counters, in parks, under benches, and other things. So the coins that people lost. And none of these coins have been given to me, or if I know the owner, I am not going to include them. I don't know, if I found one in my friend's house, I will just return them and not take and include here. So yeah, these are basically the rules. The coins that I found outside. And let's just check out how many of them there are. Not bad if you ask me. Now, as you can see, these coins come from one country, and this is the country I am from, and it is Poland. In case you had any doubts about my name, yes, I am from Poland. Witam wszystkich. And these are the Polish coins, the usual stuff that all of these you can spend in a shop. This is, let's say, spare change, all of which I found in that year. Now, let's go to the specifics of the currency. Now, the Polish currency is called the złoty, and it currently comes in 9 denominations, which is quite a few from what I've seen. Most other countries seem to have less than 9. These are 1 grosz, 2 grosze, 5 groszy, 10 groszy, 20 groszy, 50 groszy, 1 złote, 2 złote, 5 złotych. Out of those, I found 215 1 grosz coins, 59 2 grosze, 53 5 groszy, 88 10 groszy, 45 20 groszy, 6 50 groszy, 10 1 złoty, 14 2 złote, and 4 5 złotych. When it comes to the value, as of me speaking, the dollar is worth 4.72 złotych, and the euro is 4.68. When it comes to other currencies, I am not familiar with them as well, and you can check it for yourself. You know, there is way too many currencies for me to talk about in relation to what I use over here. So yeah, I hope you will get it. As for the sum of all of these and how much I found in total, I will talk about that in the end of the video, since I have not mentioned all of the coins just yet. And as I said, this is more or less only the beginning. The interesting stuff is yet to come. Now, what I was talking about so far were just normal coins that you can spend in a shop, you know, spare change. So let's move on to something a bit more interesting. Let's start with something mild, rusted coins. I found quite a few of these in this year. And I know that some of you have never seen a rusted coin. For example, I don't know, in the USA, no coins rust. I know zinc degrades, but this is not it, really. So if you've ever wondered what a rusted coin looked like, there you go. I don't even know if I can't spend them, since there are all disfigured with bumps, with extra mass on them, since you know rust is heavier than iron or steel. Yeah, also this coin over here is not rusted, but it has been run over by a lot of cars. I found it in a busy road, and I think this is why it looks like this. Pretty interesting. If you've never known what a rusted coin looked like, now you know. You're welcome. Now, foreign coins. With my, I don't know, coin finding skills, I was bound to find at least a few of them. Now, the largest chunk of them are euro coins, which makes sense considering that Poland is surrounded by three countries that use euro, those being Germany, Slovakia, and Lithuania. There is 1 euro cent from said Lithuania, one from Greece, 2 euro cents from Italy, 5 euro cents from Germany, 10 euro cents from Italy, and 50 euro cents from Belgium. Now this one is kind of unusual, since this is a large coin. It is slightly larger than, slightly smaller than a US quarter, so this is basically the size comparison. And I don't know, if you live in the Eurozone, how often do you find them? I'm curious. Like, I suppose it is like finding a 5 zloty coin over here, which is the largest one, and I don't know, I have found maybe 15 to 20 over my entire life. I don't know. So this is pretty interesting that I was able to get it. Now, with all which is going on in the Ukraine and all the refugees which our country has taken, it was only a matter of time that I found some Ukrainian coins. There are 10 kopiok coins. Also, one of them is magnetic and the other is not. They switch metals during the period between these coins being minted. This is from 2009 and this is this year, 2022. Interesting, just a fun fact. So, 2 Ukrainian coins. Now 2 from the UK. This is 1 penny and 2 pence. And now this coin is, without a doubt, the largest coin I found, outside perhaps of the country of its origin. So, when I was in the UK during the vacations a few years back, I found a handful of those. But outside of the UK, never, up to this point. This is the largest foreign coin I was able to find. And this coin is quite big. If you're not familiar, this is how it looks compared to euro coins. And this is it compared to a small dollar. A bit smaller. But still, like, how do you even lose this? This is really big. And without a doubt, as I said, the largest foreign coin I was able to get. And I hope it does not stay this way for long, since finding large coins is exciting. So quite a bit of luck here. Also ironic, but I found this one day after the Queen died. Yeah. A coincidence, but an interesting one. And finally there is this thing, which I have no idea what it is. I suppose it is a coin for the lack of different marks. It is copper or bronze, and I don't know if it is foreign or Polish. I decided to group it with foreigns, just in case. From the place I found it, it was likely run over by a train. And as I said, no idea what it is, but very interesting. Now, let's move on to the obsolete coinage. Now these coins, sorry for the camera, but it really hates me. These coins are Polish, but are no longer in circulation and cannot be used. In much the same way as you cannot use this coin in Russia, this coin in the UK, or this coin in Canada. You know, all of these look like you could spend them, but it is not the case. And this is basically the same thing. Poland changed currencies in 1994, and these coins fell out of circulation and are no longer legal tender. So basically the only way to find one of them is if it just stayed there for the last 30 years or so. Like, how crazy is that? Finding 7 in 1 year is pretty insane. And in last year's I have found maybe 1 or 2. Last year it was 4, but that was pretty extreme already. These coins are 3 1 złote pieces, 1 złoty pieces, which look like this. This is from 1986. This one is 1985 and 1981. There are 3 2 złote coins. This one is from 1976, 1986 and 1975. And there is one 20 groszy coin from 1981. And this one is very interesting. I found it under a bridge, most średnicowy in Warsaw. If you walked there any time in the last 30 years or so, this coin was there. And I think this is pretty insane. Like, I walk under that bridge very regularly. It is close to my home. And over the last 20 years of my life, I was there pretty often. And only this year I found this coin. And it was there all the time. Like, I don't know if you understand, but this is a pretty crazy concept for me. Like, no matter where I was, what memories I was creating, but I remember this coin was there. Always. And I had no idea about it and stepped above it for all this time. I don't know. This is pretty surreal for me. And this side was obviously facing up and exposed to rusty water and dripping from the bridge. And this one was lodged in concrete for the last 30 or maybe 40 years. Yeah, my definite favorite find from this year. And the last coin I will be talking about is this miscellaneous one. A normal looking 5 groszy piece, which is a mint error. And while usually this coin would be worth 1 penny, since you know, this is more or less the face value, this one is more like $10. Now, why is so? If you look at the edge of the coin, you can see that over here it is broad and somewhat off looking. And normally, something like this would signal that the coin has been struck off-center, which means that the dice which strike a coin were moved slightly and did not strike the planchet as they were supposed to. And usually, off-center strikes are not worth much, especially if they are this minor. However, what I think this is, due to its complete lack of edge reading, as you can see, a normal coin should have edge reading separated by blank spots. This one does not. And because of that, what I believe this is a broad strike. The coin usually is struck with 3 dies. The anvil die, the hammer die, and the color die, which surrounds the coin and keeps it from deforming, and also gives it the edge reading. And this, I believe, was struck without the color die, which makes the coin expand slightly. It is very slightly bigger than a normal one, and makes it completely miss its edge reading. Pretty interesting. And as I said, this is more like $10 coin. Not bad if you ask me, especially that I have found it in a shop. Yeah, I remember where exactly. So this also is why you should be definitely looking at your coins. You never know what you can find. And if you're interested in mint errors and so on, I mean, I just recommend you explore this topic, the coin community and so on. By the way, as I said, I'm pretty active on the Coin Dictionary channel, which I will be linking in the description. The channel is dedicated to world coins and documenting their mintages, histories, values, historical context, and everything like that. So if you are interested in, like, I don't know what these coins I showed you are all about, like what the rare dates are, what they are worth, and everything around that. I have made videos on each and every one of them. So yeah, again, the channel is in the description. Moving away from coins for now, let's talk about the miscellaneous stuff. Or in other words, jewelry. Because yeah, I have found this too. Let's go from the least interesting to the most. This is a cheap ring, I think gold-plated copper. Nothing special, but still. I don't know, a gold-looking chain. I don't know. Maybe it is real gold. Who knows? This pendant with a crab on it. I don't know. I think it might be the zodiac sign Cancer, but it looks like a crab to me. I don't know. If you know what it is, inform me. This is stainless steel. And this pendant with Saint Mary. I have found 3 in my life, since Poland is a religious country, and yeah, I don't know why I have found 3 of those, but this is another one in my collection. Yeah, a broken earring in a gold color. I don't know, probably something gold-plated something, not magnetic. A earring in the shape of a skeleton. Yeah, neat. And now, good stuff. In other words, precious metals. Silver, 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 actual gold. Yep. This is a necklace with some probably synthetic gemstones. This is 92.5% silver, as is this. A bracelet, I think. And a homemade looking ring, also stamped with 9205. And finally, there is the find of the year, if you exclude that 20 groszy coin I mentioned earlier, since I like it more than this. This is 14 karat gold. I was at the jeweler's store for him to confirm that this is gold. I mean, it has a stamp with the purity 585 in this case, which corresponds to 14 carats. And yep, he confirmed this is gold. For those wondering why I have not returned them to the owners, I have unfortunately found all of these in very public spaces. Like if you lose something like this in the middle of a busy road or in the busy city like I live in, there is little chance that the same person will come across that spot again. And so I decided just not to bother. Sorry. Finders keepers, I guess. Unless this is something really necessary, like I have found someone's glasses recently and school documents and returned them to the owners. Also, you may have noticed that I keep the coins in a glass. Yep, that glass is found too. And this watch, again, found in a park by me. In the case of the watch, I have actually written some posters to ask if someone lost it, and nobody showed up. So yeah. In general, this would be it for the year, and I mean, finding actual gold and a bunch of silver and mint errors and obsolete coinage and this. Yeah, you should be definitely looking on the pavement as you walk. Now, what all of this? Let me spill a few for a picture so it looks nicer. What all of this is worth. In total, there are 505 coins, including all of the foreign rusted coins and obsolete ones. Their face value, including the foreigns, is 88 zł and 41 groszy, which as of me speaking is $18.73 or 18.89 euros. And that's not bad at all if you ask me. Like, you can buy a game for it or something. Or food for a week. This is great stuff. And I don't know what I am going to spend this money on. Perhaps turning this earring into a ring or something. I don't know. I think this would be a neat idea to spend this money. Especially that nobody wants a single broken earring, right? Yeah. Also, don't worry, I'm not going to be switching content to coins. I am making this on the Coin Dictionary channel already, as I've mentioned. No, not all of the of my materials on that channel are coin reviews. You know, like I take a single coin and talk about its design and the mintage and what it's worth. Also, unboxings from trades I do with other collectors and other things. Yeah, I highly recommend you checking it out, especially if you are interested in coins. And finally, always look under your feet. You never know what you are going to find. So thanks for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed this video, even though, yeah, it is kind of unusual for me. So, see you!